to be honest.
Good. I don't want you to know.
This is going to be spontaneous. I might pick both teams accidentally.
Yeah, I want it to be genuine. I want it to come from your heart, Will.
It would be the first time.
Yeah. Usually you phone it in, you bring no heart. You're like, no, I'm just gonna brain this one. Today's different.
If I only had a heart.
You are listening to the That's Good Broncos podcast. You are watching the That's Good Broncos YouTube thing. And maybe you're smelling us. Is there... Oh, that's the next big market.
Yeah.
Smellify. Just, it's your phone and it sprays out smells your creators create.
Yeah, I don't know if this is as good of an idea as you think. I think probably great for like Instagram models. For guys like you and I don't know. But I know, both of us shower regularly.
Yeah.
Right?
I make potpourri.
Oh, that's good.
Potpourri. Potpourri. Okay, today we are sponsored by DraftKings Sportsbook. Use code DNVR when you sign up there. That's all you got to do. Sign up at DraftKings. My coffee company, benchwarmerbrew.com. Really good coffee.
So good.
The reviews are in, and people say, not fucking bad, loser. And
it's incredible how most of the reactions aren't like, well done, sir. It's like, wow, I am surprised.
Surprisingly not shit, Brandon.
Yeah.
Based on the videos you
like, do. 10-month-old Folgers. Turns out it is suitable for human consumption and, in fact, pretty good.
It's very good.
It's great stuff. Just drink it. Just fucking drink it.
Drink a gallon. Well, not all at once, but drink a gallon a day. It'll keep the doctor away.
Yeah.
Welcome to benchwarmerbrew.com, where every ad is full of fake medical claims. That's how we do it. Okay,
coffee's good for you.
I'll shut up. What we're going to do today is go through the picks, the pick'em. Our Patreon pick'em league is in full playoff swing. So we'll jump in. We'll see who's ahead here.
By the way, too, Patreon Zoom hangout tomorrow evening.
Yeah.
Thursday, if you want to join.
7:45 Mountain Time. Will be there for a while before he has to go to a comedy show if we're still going.
We're still going.
I say the comedy show is the hangout. And
2 comedy shows.
Yeah. So let's take a look at what happened last week. Where do we stand? Oh, did we jump to 13? Oh, we're coming for you. All right. So it looks like Eric T is currently in first place.
Eric High T.
I actually think that's Eric Thompson. And my old roommate was named Eric Thompson. But this is not my old roommate, Eric Thompson, because I think I messaged Eric T and said, "Hey, is this my roommate?" He's like, "No, not just a roommate. He's a really good friend of mine."
We got Steve Tarr in third place.
Look at Steve! Wow.
I think he's been to every single Patreon Zoom. Yeah, him and his brother.
Now, and Nicholas. Look at that. Nicholas just got some coffee sent to him. Yeah. So if you won the regular season pick'em or finished top 3 or you won fantasy, Nicholas won in fantasy. So I sent him some coffee. All right. So we're down here. We got a tie at 13. 170 points total. Not bad. Who's down at the bottom there?
Yes, people got some cool names. Our fans have cool names.
Yeah.
Giovanni Solis, Andrew Lingefelt,
Carlos
Villatoro.
Ooh.
Benji Danger Squirrel. I have to imagine that's his real name.
Oh, yeah. All right. So this week shall be easier since there are only 2 games now. But we still got a lot of picks to go through. It's not just the game. Bengals-Chiefs. That's where we're starting. Maybe we'll do let's do the
Yeah, let's do the props first.
Yeah, the props. AFC Championship game. Who will score the first touchdown of the game?
Okay, so we got Tyreek Hill, Jamar Chase, Travis Kelce, and the field. 64% are predicting any other player than those 3 will score. I like that bet. But that's kind of a
coward's way.
That's kind of the coward's way out, in my opinion. I think the Chiefs generally start kind of slow, don't they? I would have to pick a Bengal to score first.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like the first person. I feel like it's going to be a running back.
It could be Joe Mixon. It could be Samaje Perine.
But were you leaning towards Jamar Chase? Is that where you're going with this?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, they don't have anybody that's capable of covering Jamar Chase. I'm not sure there is anybody that's capable of covering Jamar Chase unless his name is Patrick Surtain II.
Boom.
Chase put up 11 receptions, 266 yards, 3 touchdowns the last time they played. Made Travarius Ward look very, very silly. I think Chase is a good bet.
Should be living in a psych ward.
Yes.
All right, we'll go with Jamar Chase. Bengals need to start hot, too. That's the thing. They got to come out. They got to make a statement. The first time they played, they dropped 14. They were down 14 points in that first meeting.
Yeah, a couple times.
Playoffs, I don't think that's going to fly. All right, here we go. Who will record more passing yards, Joey Burrow or Patrick Mahomes? 63 say Mahomes. Wow.
Feels like Joey B's like an automatic 350 no matter what.
Yeah.
And maybe more.
See, like Mahomes, he's the kind of quarterback who can throw 4 touchdown passes and still have just like 250 passing yards, because the Chiefs, when they're in the red zone, they throw a lot of touchdowns in addition to doing the stupid freaking shovel pitch thing that counts as a pass.
Yeah.
So I want to go with Burrow here too.
Let's take Burrow.
Like, I think Mahomes can win. He can throw more touchdowns, but Burrow still might have more yards.
I think that's good sound logic right there.
All right. Championship game. AFC. Will Joe Burrow and Patrick Mahomes both record 2+ passing touchdowns? Wow, 92% of the people are like, yes.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I think so too.
It just feels like that's the way this game's going to go.
Yeah, 0 touchdown passes for Burrow. That was probably one of the best 0 touchdown, 1 interception games in NFL history from Joe Burrow last week.
Yeah.
Considering he was sacked 9 times and hit 13 times.
Yeah, there better be a sack total over under
9 times.
Yeah. Today I was saying, no, Joe Burrow actually gets stronger the more he's sacked.
I think you might be onto something.
I said he's the Derrick Henry of quarterbacks. He just wears a defense down.
He wears them down.
Yes.
No, there's like something to it. Like, I don't think it makes him stronger necessarily.
Of course not. It's ridiculous.
You never know. Some quarterbacks like getting hit. Kind of gets them in the rhythm, though.
Yeah.
But he's entirely unfazed by it. He's like truly he's like Michael Myers. That's kind of who I would compare him to.
He's Javonte Williams' thigh pad. Is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's a pro. He was a slam dunk #1 pick. He's It's why he's cool under pressure. He's going to be great for a long time. And he's doing it with the bad offensive line. Now, who has more receiving yards? Tyreek Hill? Jamar Chase.
I think I'd go Jamar Chase again.
Wow.
Again, we're talking about unless they commit all their resources to stopping Jamar Chase, which, like, why wouldn't they have done that the first time they played them?
Yeah. But maybe you could argue they kind of did that to Stephon Diggs. You know?
You could. I think Jamar Chase is a little bit better.
Yeah, I do too. This season for sure. And maybe, the Bengals, they have maybe like a corner in Cheeto Bay who can hang with Tyreek Hill a little bit better. It's like he's been their number one corner. He's been one of the top 10 corners this year in the NFL. The Bills without Tre'Davious White kind of just missed a corner. They have their safeties are amazing.
Yeah.
And they were getting good play out of their corners, but maybe you have somebody who will man up with Tyreek Hill. He's still going to get a lot of yards, but maybe that's the difference between him and Jamar Chase.
Yeah, and here's the thing for the Bengals. You can commit all your resources to Jamar Chase. T. Higgins is going to have a huge game. You manage to slow both those guys down. Tyler Boyd's going to have a huge game. The Chiefs secondary is not good enough to clamp down 3 receivers. The Chiefs did a pretty good job, a really good job against Stephon Diggs, against Emmanuel Sanders, and Gabriel Davis has 200 yards and 4 touchdowns.
Yeah. And even
it is whack-a-mole for their secondary.
Cole Beasley was pretty key on those last couple drives as well.
Yeah.
And Tyler Boyd is better than Cole Beasley at working the slot in the middle of the field. So the Bengals, in terms of some of the talent there, I just think they have some more dynamic weapons. Okay, we're hyping up the Bengals. Over under 79.5 receiving yards for Travis Kelce. Ooh, 44% taking the under, 56 taking the over.
It's a really tough one.
Yeah, I feel like he's going to hit the over. Okay.
Yeah, if we're having if we don't think Hill's necessarily going to go off, then it's a bet. It's a good bet one of them does.
Yeah. What did he have last week? He had 96 against the Bills, 108 against the Steelers, 34 against the Broncos. He only had 25 receiving yards the first time he played the Bengals, though. And that was on 5 targets. Maybe we switch that to under. Maybe the Bengals know how to defend him.
How much stock do you put in a regular season game like that?
In terms of the outcome being the same, in terms of the win, loss, some, but not everything.
This is a recent matchup. This is week 17.
Yeah. I think the Bengals might know how to defend Travis Kelce. And I think if what you were talking about in our prediction episode, that if you know how to beat a team 2 times in the regular season, you're going to know how to beat them for that 3rd time in the postseason, right?
Yeah.
But I don't think it's
that cliche about how hard it is to beat a team 3 times. Stats do not bear it out necessarily.
Yeah. I think they're going to hold them under.
Sure. I like it.
All right. Will Joe Mixon? Yes. Guarantee Joe Mixon scores a touchdown. I think he will be the difference in this game if the Bengals win.
Yes. I wrote down, I think if Cincy wants to win, they need 85 yards on the ground, 45 receiving from Joe Mixon, because he's been pretty consistent catching the ball, but that's kind of been the missing piece of the Bengals offense, which is a weird thing to say about a team that's on fire.
Yeah. He hasn't had more than
he's going for 40 yards on the ground every game.
Yeah, he hasn't had more than 65 rushing yards since November 28th. And he had back-to-back games against the Raiders and Steelers, 123, 165. And those were the 2 games. That's when we were starting to pay attention to the Bengals is like, oh shit, they've got everything working on offense. He's just been kind of quiet in the running game lately, and it feels like they can lean on him for a big day, and that will help alleviate some of the hits on Joe Burrow, and I think they got to have a better game plan to do that.
Yeah, you have to assume that they'll adjust with some quick passes, and Joe Mixon would be the target on most of those, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
I like what they did. I like what they did against the Titans. Just like throw like a little screen pass to Jamar Chase to get him going early on, and that goes for like 60 yards or whatever. Just slow the defense down with some draws and some screen passes, stuff like that. And
you
accept that you're probably getting sacked 4 or 5 times, and know that your quarterback is going to bounce back.
If Joe Burrow sacked 5 times against the Chiefs, we'll be like, that was an improvement.
Yeah. And he was sacked 4 times the last time they played.
Yeah.
Didn't matter.
Yeah. All right, here's a good one. Which team will record the longest offensive play this round? This is probably the hardest one to determine because all 4 of these teams are great at dialing up at least one massive play per game.
Yeah.
Now, I might put the San Francisco 49ers at the bottom there because the only guy who's probably going to give you that is Deebo Samuel. And I feel like teams are really starting to figure out that the Niners are going to want to feature him. And maybe you can take that out. But
I bet the longest play from that 49ers game comes from George Kittle.
Ooh.
A little sneaky prediction.
Interesting. Fuck. So 40% taking the Rams to have the longest play, 37% the Chiefs, 18% the Bengals, 49 or 5% for the 49ers. Now the Rams, of course, they had, a couple big plays to Cooper Kupp and Hafford. Matthew Stafford had the most clutch throw of his life to Cooper Kupp. Oh.
Yeah, okay, let's go through how do the Bengals pick up the longest offensive play? It's got to be Jamar Chase, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or Higgins.
Chiefs,
Chase or Higgins.
Yeah, Chiefs, Tyreek Hill.
McCole Hardman.
Little
Byron Pringle.
Reverse
Jerick
to Hardman.
McKinnon. The Chiefs have like 4 guys who might get that for you.
Yeah. Rams, I don't think Cooper Kupp does it. I think the 49ers at least, don't let him blow the top off the defense. I think it'd probably be like Odell. I can see Cam Akers breaking.
Yeah, like on a screen.
Throw the ball up with his mouth.
Jesus.
Hold on to the ball, man.
Hold on to the ball, Cam. And the 49ers, it's Elijah Mitchell could, if he gets past the Rams front, there's a chance, he can get past that second.
I just don't feel like the 49ers have broken a big play recently. They're very consistent and they're efficient, but it's not like a big play team with Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yeah. I feel like I think these two are correct, and it's either the Chiefs or Rams. Now, the reason I like the Rams is because I think you can take advantage of the 49ers secondary a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But I like the Chiefs because they have more guys they can do it with. So I want to say KC.
Okay, let's go with KC. Let's say Mecole Hardman.
Let's say the hard man. All right, so that leads us to the important pick. Bengals or Chiefs. Now, in our prediction episode, we chose the Chiefs in a close one. Both teams are very healthy. Are as healthy. Yeah, like the Chiefs, they might be without Tyrann Mathieu, which would be big.
Concussion
He's
protocol.
in the concussion protocol. I don't know if he was on the field today. Usually if they're on the field, that's a good sign they'll play. I think the Chiefs are going to win, but I'm praying Bengals to upset.
Yeah, I'll play devil's advocate a little bit.
Give me that devil's inch.
I think the first thing you would point to is that the Bengals are the only team that's beaten the Chiefs since the Chiefs started 3-4 back in October or whenever it was.
Mm-hmm.
You could say that the Bills game, the way it finished, might cause the Chiefs to have a little bit of an emotional letdown. I think that's fair. It was a very, very exceptionally back and forth game. I am going to have an emotional letdown this Sunday. I imagine that the team that won might have one as well.
Wow.
And then third, the Bengals got an extra day to recover from that Titans game, which they might do something to negate the fact that they're playing on the road in terms of recovery. Joe Burrow also is clearly unfazed by crowd noise. It might even make him stronger. Who knows?
Yep.
I just wanted to play devil's advocate a little bit. I think I'm going to take the Chiefs, though.
We'll take the Chiefs there.
But,
it's not a slam dunk, though. It's just
it's not. It's not.
You know what is a slam dunk, Will? DraftKings Sportsbook. It's where you do your sports betting. And if you don't, you can get the hell out of this podcast. You can leave. You can freaking leave.
You can go to jail.
You can go to prison with Pat Shurmur. 4 teams remain. Yeah, in the NFL playoffs. And whatever his advice is for you, do the opposite. Especially if he's talking about football. NFL playoffs, 4 teams. You can bet at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL, because with Super Bowl 56, new customers can get 56-1 odds on any team. Bet $5 and get $280 in free bets if your team wins. Not a new customer, you can experience the conference championship with same-game parlays. Combine multiple bets from the same game for a bigger payout. The more legs you add, the more money you can win. DraftKings is safe, secure, and reliable. Best of all, you can deposit and withdraw your cash whenever you want. So download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use code DNVR to get 56-1 odds on any NFL team. Bet just $5 and win $280 in free bets if your team wins. That's code DNVR for 56-1 odds at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Must be 21 or older. Colorado only. New customers only. Restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700. Okay, we'll do this the same way. What will occur first in the game? Jimmy Garoppolo passing TD. Stafford passing TD. Stafford pick. Jimmy G pick. Wow.
I think Stafford INT. He was clean last week. So I think he's due for one.
He was clean. Wasn't he clean both playoff games?
He was. Yeah, that's a good point.
You want to go with the Stafford pick?
Clean as a whistle. Like the last time he threw an interception, it was the play that ended the game against the 49ers.
I'm going to start it the way you ended it. All right.
That's right.
Cool.
We're going full circle.
All right. And when you think about it, like Garoppolo or Stafford, they might not throw a touchdown pass on their first series or two. Even if they score, it could be a rushing touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
So interception's not as crazy because only 6% of the people are taking that. 73% think Stafford will throw the first TD. So, all right. Who will record more rushing yards? Elijah Mitchell, which 71% of the people like, or Cam Akers, 29% picked. I like this because I think the Rams are going to use Sony Michel a little bit more this week.
Oh, you think? Why is that?
I would say those fumbles were almost death knells in the Rams playoff run.
They were some of the worst fumbles
ever.
Like since Jeremy Hill coughed it up against the Steelers back in 2015. I thought for a long time that was the worst fumble I've ever seen. Cam Akers, he did me one better. Fumbled twice in the red zone, inside the 5-yard line, and under 3 minutes or whatever it was. So I was gonna say Cam Akers. If all things were equal, I'd probably take Cam Akers. But you make a really, really good point in that. Yeah, I don't know if I'm trusting him quite as much.
Not a fucking chance. Give me Elijah Mitchell.
I might take Deebo Samuel over both of those guys.
Yeah.
But who
I
knows?
agree.
Probably Mitchell.
Dude, here's the like we both watch a lot of or listen to a lot of NFL things. And if you do, you will notice that a take appears somewhere and then it just becomes everybody's take, right? And the one I have noticed is Deebo Samuel. The reason he is good in the running game as well as receiver, it's because he's got the body that's just built to be a running back, to take the punishment as a running back. I swear to God, I have heard like 6 different people go, he's just got the body type where he can run and be a receiver. Have you noticed that, or is that just me, Will?
I have heard him. I heard Chris Carter on Good Morning Football he called him a mix between, it was like Anquan Bolden and someone else. And I thought Anquan Bolden was kind of spot on.
Yeah,
Anquan
Bolden's a
great
solid
running
reference for sure. Dude, Anquan Bolden was such a good receiver that is just completely forgotten about, I feel like.
Yeah, he was incredible. He was like the best rookie receiver of all time in his era.
He was just tough. It's like he made tough catches, clutch catches, reliable. And nobody ever talks about Anquan Bolden.
No, and he was just like such a unique receiver because he had such a weird low center of gravity, which is not something you generally see out of a wide receiver. He helped the Cardinals to a Super Bowl appearance. Yeah. It was a huge reason why the Ravens won the Super Bowl in 2012.
Yeah.
Just a really good player.
He is. All right. NFC Championship. Who will record more receptions? Ooh, Kittle or Beckham? 65 take Kittle, 35 take Beckham.
I think if you looked at the numbers and broke them down, I think Beckham's really outproduced George Kittle recently. Not to say that, George Kittle's useless because he's an incredible run blocker, but the 49ers just haven't been able to use him like that recently.
And there it is, Will. I think the 49ers are going to have to use George Kittle and the blocking aspect of their offense more than they would like to.
Oh, chipping him against Von Miller. Lenny Floyd.
Like Trent Williams is going to play, but he's got an ankle. His ankle's a little effed up.
They're playing Trent Williams at tight end more than they're playing Kittle.
Yeah, they put Trent Williams in motion, which I loved.
Yeah,
everybody did.
Just creative as hell.
Like Vaughn, the Rams have switched him around. But on the other side, you've got Compton. Is it Will Compton?
Tom Compton. Compton's a linebacker.
That's right. He has the podcast. Tom Compton. And I think that's a mismatch for Vaughn. If he's on Compton's side, Vaughn's winning that. But maybe you got to use Kittle more there to contain Von Miller. So that's kind of why I would lean towards Odell Beckham in this one.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think Beckham's been – it's weird because he was kind of like that game-breaking wide receiver in New York, and he's evolved into a little bit more of a possession receiver.
Yeah.
That's kind of how they use him in this offense.
Yeah, because he's old.
He has gotten older. It's true. You still think of him as like kind of a young guy.
Yeah.
But this is his 8th year.
Yeah. What he's showing is like his ability to make, really nice catches on the sideline and that sort of thing. He had like a one-hander in that game. It was really impressive. All right. Will Cooper Kupp's longest reception be over under 30.5 yards? 71% say over, 29% taking under.
I think over. He's so good after the catch.
Yeah.
He's going to break a tackle and pick up like 35.
And if you hold them to like 135-yard gain, you've probably done your job as a defense, Yeah. And again, Aqib Talib just talking about how good of a route runner Cooper Kupp is and how he can get off of coverage makes me think he'll break open one play. All right. Deebo Samuel. Will he record 50? Wait, hold on. Will Deebo Samuel record 50-plus receiving yards and 25-plus rushing yards? Oh, wow.
Yes.
Yeah, that seems easy, yes.
So.
82% agree.
Let's see.
What are his stats,
so
Will?
They played 2 times this season, obviously. Week 10, Debo runs for 36, receives for 97, 2 touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
Week 18, Debo hits 45 rushing yards, 95 receiving yards.
Boom. Easiest bet of the day. Okay.
Yeah, and here's the thing with Debo is if they were playing if the Rams were playing the Chiefs, maybe not, this isn't a great example, but if the Rams were playing the Bengals, what do you do with Jamar Chase? Oh, pretty easy. Just put Jalen Ramsey on him the whole game. If you're playing Debo, it's a little more complicated because you can't, you shadow him with Jalen Ramsey all game. Well, Jalen Ramsey's not going to make a big difference if you put Debo Samuel at running back.
Yeah.
Right. There's so many different ways to get him the ball that you kind of negate the Rams' best chess piece on defense.
Right. And if you're if you don't know if Debo's going out for a pass or running play to play, like you can't read that with a guy who's just supposed to cover it. Like he can go with him in motion, but if he goes back in motion and it's pitched him and the defender's got to go all the way around the defense to get back over to him, it
sounds exhausting.
Yeah. All right.
And Jalen Ramsey, he got torched by Mike Evans last week. He's not
perfect.
He's not the shutdown, forget about the other wide receiver for 60 minutes kind of corner that people think he is.
You want him on – damn it. You want him covering whoever the 49ers are going to use. It's probably like Juwan Jennings. If Debo's in the backfield or whatever, that's kind of where you're going to want Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah. I mean, he's going to split time against guys like Jennings, Ayuk.
Ayuk. I forget about him. He's really good too.
Yeah, he's kind of turned into a good player at the tail end of his second year.
Yeah. Some guys, you got to give guys time to develop. All right.
Need a little bit of time.
Last one before the pick. Who will record more sacks, San Fran or Los Angeles? 81%.
This is a toughie.
Say the Rams, which I get. What, they sacked Brady 4 times?
I think so. You got one from Vaughn, one from Aaron Donald, a couple others.
Don't forget, the 49ers sacked Aaron Rodgers 5 times. And Rodgers is just as tough to sack as Tom Brady. The difference is the Packers' offensive line was they moved Billy Turner to be their starting left tackle because David Bakhtiari couldn't go. They lost their number 2 tackle earlier in the season, so they were kind of band-aided on their offensive line. Rams have a much better offensive line, is my point. So,
do we know about Whitworth? He's coming back.
Yeah, he's going to play.
Okay,
very likely he plays. Yeah,
it's kind of crazy. The 40-year-old left tackle is the difference maker.
Yeah, were we working together talking about how the Broncos should sign Andrew Whitworth when he was a free agent?
I think. Was that us? I think that might have predated us. But if that was your idea, you were very smart to say that.
Yeah, I wanted him. They needed a fucking tackle, and everyone was like, he's too old. He's too old. I was like, well, he just played one of his best seasons coming out of Cincinnati. Cincinnati should have kept him. Man, he would be protecting Joe Burrow right now. Obviously, you worry when a guy gets old, but he's really good, and his replacement was pretty good last week. So the Rams, but the 49ers, Trent Williams, everybody says is the best left tackle in the league. This is tough. This is a tough one. I'm going to say the Rams because Von Miller.
Okay. I probably would have taken the 49ers just because I like the idea of having Trent Williams and George Kittle in the pass protect when they need him or if they need him. But I also like Von Miller.
Yeah. This one's for Von. This is
That's
Vaughn's pick. All right. So in the prediction episode, Will, we picked the 49ers for an upset.
I like that pick then. I like it now.
All right.
You're going to see a ton of 49ers fans in this game.
Yeah.
I don't know who's going to win. It's going to be I feel actually pretty confident in this one.
Okay.
I mean, the 49ers have beaten the Rams 6 straight times.
I know. That's
crazy.
Ridiculous. That's what's ridiculous.
Kyle Shanahan, he kind of owns Sean McVay.
All Kyle Shanahan needs to do is play the Packers and the Rams in the postseason, and he'll go to the Super Bowl.
And he just has this older brother dominance factor over these guys from when he was the OC in Washington.
Yeah. It's like he was the alpha, and they're scared of him.
Out of all those guys, Kyle Shanahan is the alpha.
Yeah, think about that. Tell Sean McVay's pecs that one.
You can lift all you want. You're not beating Kyle Shanahan.
Nope, because he can do backflip on a dirt bike now. So
yeah, he is the motocross dad.
Motocross dad, baby.
The motocross dad we all wish we had growing up.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. I mean, I'm pulling for, if the 49ers win, I'll be rooting for Kyle Shanahan. I love George Kittle. I think it'd be cool if Jimmy G got a Super Bowl, especially if they got to beat the Chiefs.
Yeah, we've predicted a rematch of Super Bowl 54.
But I really want to see Vaughn get back. I didn't know how much I wanted to watch him succeed until he was gone, but I will be a fan of Team Vaughn moving forward. And Stafford, too.
Yeah,
Stafford going to the Super Bowl? That's why the MVP, we shouldn't be talking about it until the season concludes. Because if he gets him, let's say he goes through this game, doesn't throw a single pick, has a 303 touchdown performance, then you should be talking about Matthew Stafford as the league MVP, because he would be a huge reason the Rams got to the Super Bowl. And then he would have to win, because then people would just be like, well, they got there with Jared Goff. Oh, they got there with Goff.
So if you have to score one touchdown, you have cleared the Jared Goff bar, in my opinion. just go to the Super Bowl and score one touchdown.
One touchdown.
Score 7 points. Score 6 points even. Miss the extra point. Who cares? Just get in the end zone once.
I'm just so happy that Stafford is succeeding, and that what we thought about him looking like a very good quarterback in Detroit and the situation just being really tough is accurate. And
the anti-Stafford narrative has totally melted.
Yeah, because he's good and he's fun to watch. To me, Stafford and Burrow are very similar.
I think Burrow's a little more calculated. I think Stafford's more of a gunslinger, but I would agree that they're both very fun to watch.
Yeah, they love throwing as deep as they can. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and Stafford, people always gawk at Mahomes, but Stafford does the same stuff.
Yeah.
You just can't run the ball 35 yards.
No, you can't.
That's kind of the difference.
Yeah. That's what Josh Allen's so crazy.
He's insane.
Watching
I've never seen a quarterback like him.
No, he's so good, and it sucks that the Broncos didn't draft him. And watching all those guys, you're just like, ugh.
He's
get Wilson or Rodgers, I know there's maybe hope with the draft, but it's going to be a while, even if you draft somebody, before they're close to as good as those guys. So.
Yeah, but if you do put in that time and you're patient, then you have the next 15 years to look forward to.
Yeah, it's almost like the best situation would be you draft a young guy, he shows a lot of promise, but you still lose enough games and you get another top 10 pick, but you feel really good about him, and then you get, I don't know, the best tackle or freaking edge rusher, whoever's in that next draft.
Yeah, that's kind of the Bills' way. Who'd they take after the Josh Allen picks? They weren't a very good team his rookie year.
No.
I think they might have taken an offensive lineman.
Yeah, they're still kind of flawed, and that's unfortunate. But all right, we're gonna get out of here. Will?
3, 2, 1. 40 minutes.
40 minutes. Always 40 minutes.
It's incredible.
We talked about 4 games, 40 minutes. We talk about 16 games, 40 minutes. Talk about 2 games, 40-minute podcast. Next week will be shorter. Next week, the pick'em will be shorter.
Will it?
Maybe. Appreciate
That'll
everybody.
probably be 2 weeks from now. Oh,
yeah.
yeah. Well, the pick'em will be shorter because
Next week, we'll do a mock draft or some shit, and it will be 40 minutes.
Yeah, we will be reacting to mock drafts.
That's right.
Everybody's mock draft.
We'll be reacting to reactions of mock drafts. Appreciate you guys listening. Look forward to seeing you all in the Patreon Zoom tomorrow night, Thursday night. And Will, good night.
John Elway played his entire career without an ACL.